Hi again, welcome back. Attorney Steve Andren. Welcome to another exciting episode of Litigation Whiteboard. Okay, so we are talking in this video about statute of limitations and tolling for who the case tolls. Tolling of the statute of limitations. So without further ado, let's head to the Attorney Steve Litigation Whiteboard. Okay, so this is general legal information only and not legal advice. Statute of limitations are basically creatures. In fact, let's start with this. Alexa, what is a statute of limitations?
The noun statute of limitations is usually defined as a statute defining the period within which legal action may be taken.
Okay, so it defines a legal period in which action may be taken. So let's take a look how this may play out. So let's just talk about, I do a lot of copyright law, and let's talk about copyright. So when somebody infringes your copyright, it is said that the cause of action accrues. The cause of action accrues. Okay, so for example, in copyright law, say the cause of action accrues here in 2000, you have 3 years to bring it over here to the SOL statute of limitations. You have 3 years to bring your suit. If you're not bringing it within 3 years, the court could kick it out and say it's too late. You wasted too much time. You sat on your rights. You didn't file by the statute of limitations, okay? So every different cause of action is going to have a different statute of limitations. You know, fraud is going to be different than a personal injury versus a malpractice, so forth and so on. But taking copyright, so it's 3 years, okay? Now, you may say, well, 3 years from what? Well, it's the date the cause of action accrues, or what we often call the discovery rule, the date of discovery, the date you discovered it or reasonably should have discovered it with the exercise of due diligence. Okay, so you should have, you knew it, you should have known it. This is when the cause of action accrues. This starts the clock ticking, and at some point, whatever the statute limitation is for your particular cause of action, the statute's going to run out. So I got a few right here. Let me take my finger off here. As we like to say, don't get mad, give them the finger. But let's take a look at some of the California ones that we have here. I just printed these out. Injury to person, personal injury, 2 years. False imprisonment, the intentional infliction of confinement. False imprisonment, 1 year. Libel, slander, defamation, 1 year. Fraud, 3 years. Professional malpractice, legal, 1 year from the discovery. Medical, 1 year from discovery. Trespass, 3 years. Contracts, if you have a written contract, breach of contract, 4 years to bring it. Oral contract, 2 years to bring it, so forth and so on. You get the idea. Now, there are hundreds, literally hundreds of causes of action. So you need to check out the rules in your state. What is the statute of limitation for the different things you're looking at? And when was the date of discovery? You need to figure this out. Now, I put a couple things here in blue. One, this is called an affirmative defense of laches. Okay, now I don't see this work much, but I'm pointing it out because sometimes even before the statute of limitation expires, you should bring your lawsuit in certain circumstances. If you unreasonably delay, the evidence is lost. You could have brought it within 1 year or 2 years, but for some reason you unreasonably delayed. This is a potential, and I say potential with a very big capital P. I wouldn't rely on it. Statute of limitations are there for a reason, but sometimes this does pop up, okay? So there's laches, there's your statute of limitation. I also put here statute of repose. I'm going to give you another legal term. Statute of repose is a statute that says, it's just like the statute of limitation that says you have to bring your case by this date, and there is no tolling. We're going to talk about tolling. This is what you came here for. But in statute of repose, there is no tolling, okay? For example, in California, construction defects, there's latent and there's patent on its face, there's latent defects. Okay, so there may be a limitation of 4 years or 10 years. You got to bring that. If you don't bring it, there is no tolling. There is no tolling, okay? So now that you understand statute of limitations in a general sense, again, not legal advice, check your state, you can now look at grounds to toll. Well, what is this? This is when you mess up and you blow the statute, as they say. Let me get rid of this finger. It's getting a little sweaty here. But this is when you blow the statute and you forgot, you didn't file in time. Are there grounds to toll the statute of limitation or extend it or pause it so that you can still file your case? Yes, there are grounds to toll. However, I'm going to tell my attorney Steve peeps out there, never rely on tolling. Tolling is it's a last resort. If you've something screwed up or there's some weird circumstances, you have nothing else to argue, tolling is what you have to look at, okay? So I don't want you relying on this. Now, grounds to toll. Okay, so what if the plaintiff was a minor when this happened? The plaintiff was 16 years old. That will toll the statute until the minor is of age, 18 years old usually. What if the plaintiff was mentally incompetent at this time and then they regain their competency? That will toll the statute. Filing bankruptcy in here somewhere, filing bankruptcy before the statute of limitations can toll the statute of limitations. And there's equitable tolling. This is probably the one people rely on the most. They make some kind of argument, judge, injustice is going to occur. It's going to be a gross miscarriage of justice if we're not allowed to toll. And here's why. Okay, and come up with your facts, lay out your facts. Equitable tolling is to prevent injustice. Now, another one along those lines is fraud or estoppel. This is where the defendant is doing something that is preventing you from filing. Maybe they're saying, oh, yeah, my client's going to accept the deal. We're in here and we're negotiating a settlement. Yeah, my client's going to accept the deal. Don't worry about the statute. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, we're good. Fraud by the defendant or destroying evidence. These are things that could lead to an estoppel or a fraud. This can also toll the statute, okay? So that is a general bird's eye view of a statute of limitations, the discovery rule, the statute of repose, tolling, equitable tolling. I mean, I'm bringing you all the information here. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you're having a great Saturday. I got a birthday party I got to go to today, but I wanted to get this out. Somebody asked, Attorney Steve, will you do a video on tolling? There it is. You ask, I deliver. Not always, but that's usually how I like to try to do it. So I hope you found this general information helpful. If you do, please like this video. Don't be afraid to subscribe. Help me get to 15,000. I'm getting really close there. So help me get up there to 15,000. And if you have any comments, put them down below. But other than that, I got to run attorneysteve.com, the first name in legal services. Have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. We will see you again on Monday. Okay? Take care.